Here we go. Here we go. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button. Tell a friend, tell a friend. Here we have another crazy story, Rapper, Casanova, you know, he's locked up right now. Not only is he locked up right now, he's locked up in the feds. Not only is he locked up in the feds right now, he's saying, you know what? He wished he was in the feds before. He said being in the feds locked up made him into a better person. I said, wow, that's amazing. He said when he was locked up in the States for about 8 years, it was like a walk in the park. It was nothing. He didn't learn anything from that experience right there. He said it was nothing. It was like being in his backyard. Imagine that. So he's saying the state penitentiaries are a joke. That's what he's saying. He said he's in the feds right now, and it's really serious in there. Not only is it serious in there, he's in there with NBA Youngboy, another rapper. Imagine that. Two famous rappers in jail at the same time. Not only that, he said NBA Youngboy is right next door to him. Imagine that. They're kind of like roommates now in a sense. So that's what's going on. But the fact that he said he wished he had went to the feds before, it was kind of crazy. You would have thought he would have said, you know what? You would have thought he would have said something else. But the fact that he's saying the state prison is a joke, he didn't learn anything, it blew my mind. 8 years, he didn't learn anything? I mean, you would have thought that he would, at the bare minimum, he would have learned that, you know what? It's good to be around my family. You know, it's good to be around loved ones. No, he didn't learn that. He didn't learn any of that until he went to the feds. That's what he's saying. So I'm trying to figure out, is going to the feds the best place for most of these rappers? I mean, is the state penitentiary not good enough for them? They don't learn the right way? That's what he's saying. Unbelievable. He's saying he's forced to choose a side in there. He doesn't have the luxury to kick back and relax and do his time in peace. Imagine that. He said it's not like that. You have to pick a side. And if one fights, we all got to fight. And he's saying, you know what? There's a possibility that he might never get out, even though he only got about 15 years. Because he said there's a good chance he never know. He might get additional charges in there. Imagine that. Extended time. So believe it or not, a whole lot of these gang members, when they go behind the bars for 15 years, sometimes they get into more crimes. And end up being longer than 15 years, 30 years. Imagine that. He's saying he's trying to avoid that. He says it's very hard in the feds not to pick a side. He said they have him transferring from different states to different states. He doesn't know nobody. It's always a brand new experience, every different federal penitentiary. He said he wants to go home to his family. He said he finally got a chance to learn. He's saying he can never be tricked off the streets again. Is that the truth? I don't know, but that's what he's saying. Or is it just the pressure of being behind the walls? Because he's saying he's stressed out in there. 38 years old, I believe. Grown man in jail. He said he wants out. He said sometimes he wakes up and he feels hopeless. So that's what it is to be a gang member. He said he doesn't want to be a gang member anymore. He's saying anybody who said they're a gang member, they're not smart at all. They could go down for a RICO, imagine that. He's saying it's not cool to be in a gang. I guess he maybe finally learned. Imagine that. So believe it or not, it seems like all it takes is for some of these individuals just to go to the feds. And that's the only way for them to become, you know, a good boy now. Some people don't like when I say that word. So a better person. Imagine that, a better person now. So that's what's going on with him. Casanova and NBA Youngboy, They're in the feds together at the same time right now. NBA YoungBoy said he ain't going outside today. Imagine that. And Casanova said, you know what, I ain't going outside today either. That's what comes along with doing crimes. He say he's grateful though. He say he's grateful he has an exit date. Because a whole lot of individuals in the feds with him right now, they don't have an exit date. Their life is. They're never coming out. Imagine that. Unbelievable. He said he was forced to take a deal. He said he was scared. He didn't want to get 80 years. He didn't want to get 60 years. He said he was scared. So he accepted a 15-year plea. Imagine that. He was scared. Imagine that. I'd be scared too. But either way, he said when he comes out, he's a better man. He's no longer going to have individuals trick him. See what happens. But it's crazy. He said, NBA YoungBoy, yeah, he's here with me. He's next door. Imagine that. He's next door. Cellmates. Not cellmates. You know what I mean. I don't know a lot. Only thing I do know is crime don't pay.